Attractive people of Reddit. What are some negative things that come with being attractive? You can't just be friendly and joke with people. They almost always think you're flirting. Sometimes it feels like your value as a person becomes rooted in your appearance, and having a personality and experiencing the spectrum of human emotions shatters whatever image of you someone has created in their mind. People keep looking but don't talk. Sometimes people automatically think you're a f-boy or a conceited asshole if you fit the stereotypical appearance of an attractive guy. I've been very shy and plagued with anxiety for most of my life. And people have actually perceived that as being stuck up and vain. I'm outwardly cold and unexpressive because I'm terrified of people. Not because I think I'm better than. And I've also spent much of my life believing I'm ugly and gross. Attractiveness doesn't equal confidence. People make assumptions that you're going to be cocky or arrogant and won't approach you. I generally have to initiate conversations. There's also this odd behavior from strangers where it's perfectly okay to criticize my appearance in this passive-aggressive sort of way. Me. Walking through the suburbs minding my own business. Cars. I remember when I lost 100 pounds years back, I noticed tons of people were treating me very different. All the people that would side-eye me from across a room wanted to talk and get to know me. It made me kind of bitter because my personality hadn't changed. But they made fun of my personality when I was fat. I was going to say something similar but kept scrolling, figuring I'd find a post like this. I had gastric bypass, so it feels like I cheated. It's a bit like survivor's guilt. The thing I want to tell all the still fat people is, yes, they were totally gaslighting you about how it doesn't matter. It does. The world treats me so much better now that I'm not that fat guy, and it's bullshit and unfair, and I'm totally benefiting from it. You are being robbed of your dignity and it sucks. And it shouldn't be that way. My best friend is very attractive. People, especially other women, often automatically assume she is arrogant and that she thinks she is better than everyone. As a woman. Not being taken seriously. Yep. I have a friend who is hair-turning attractive. She went to Stanford. In a STEM field. She had a group project in a class. And couldn't find anyone who would be in a group with her. When she asked someone why they wouldn't let her in, she was told that they thought she was dumb and wouldn't be able to do the work. They'd never worked with her before. They didn't even know her. There is definitely a point of attractiveness as a woman where people assume you're so pretty you cannot possibly be smart too. People assuming that trying to have a normal friendly conversation is flirting. I literally dress like a slob so I don't get hit on as often or followed in parking lots. Aging. Because the perks I enjoyed as an attractive young woman are notably changed as I age. People assume I'm dumb. Being objectified. People will ghost you or become flat out mean after they either get what they want, find out you won't give them what they want. This is not exclusive to sex. When I feel depressed and tell someone, which is hard, and I get scoffed at by people who don't understand what I have to be depressed about. Being harassed in public. I'm not super attractive. But after I lost weight and started meeting more conventional beauty standards, the attention I got skyrocketed. I have been followed around the grocery store. Groped by strangers while I went about my business. Shouted at on the street. It's scary sometimes. People are always brainwashing me into killing various world leaders. I've had several relationships where my partners would lie about how they felt. What they actually wanted, or times that I hurt them because they were more invested in keeping the relationship going than actually enjoying being in a relationship. So they'd say whatever they thought they needed to keep me from wanting to leave. Also, people who feigned wanting to be in a relationship just to sleep with me, even though I'm already down for casual sex. I have a hard time trusting people. Even though I'm already down for casual sex. What about ranked competitive sex? I wouldn't describe myself as a supermodel. But I was a bit of an ugly duckling, having been on both sides. What I found surprising, at least as a female, is you are hated by far more people, mostly other girls, when you look good than when you didn't. Before, people were mean, but it was usually more like occasional passive ashlery. Afterward, however, it was active, overt hatred, bullying on a nearly daily basis. Not only did it intensify with the girls that were already mean before, usually popular, but there was suddenly a whole host of ones that were previously friends in the same social class, and also many that previously didn't seem to even know I existed before. Which is odd. Men seem to get enchanted by me and fall in love at first sight. But after a while, they realize I'm just a regular person with flaws and lose interest because I'm not the perfect sex goddess they thought I was. Also, insecure mean girls hate on me. Insecure but attractive enough to be stared at when just walking through a public place. Constantly eyes on you. Like, is there something on me face? Feeling constantly. Creepy dudes at gas stations. And women looking up and down giving dirty looks like it's a competition or something. All the crime documentaries I have watched seem to indicate that an attractive woman is at greater risk of a stalker, jilted crush, or ex-partner killing her. People get awkward around me sometimes. Strangers feel compelled to talk to me relatively often. I wouldn't call myself really attractive or anything, but I feel beautiful and confident with my face and body. Whenever I see attractive people open up about insecurities, people think they have the right to invalidate that person's feelings and opinions because they fit the current beauty standard, and many people desire their body and face without realizing the fact that there's a clear difference between feeling beautiful and looking beautiful, alongside the fact that everyone has their own beauty standard. People just assume that everyone must like you and that you're popular. I've been single all my life and still a virgin. Most of my ugly friends already dated, kissed, or gotten laid. Men love you. Women hate you. PPL will whistle or catcall at you, but not initiate intelligent conversation. Then you'll get hit on constantly in certain places by the yuckiest of men, and PPL makes certain remarks on first impressions and proceed to think BC you're pretty, you must also be dumb and pliable. I've heard it all. It's really easy to look ugly in a photo. I feel intense pressure to look good all the time and freak out if I have a bad hair day, or I have acne, or I don't like my outfit. Probably people think I have an eating problem because I refuse to eat a lot of normal things that make me bloated. I see myself in the mirror and usually think I look like a manatee when I know objectively I don't. I feel intense pressured if I don't exercise regularly. I wish I could let go sometimes and drink beer with my friends. I'm not attractive, but I'm the only one who knows I'm so damn SY. I have a hard time making friends with women who deem themselves uglier than me. There's a wall there that I can't get past. But prettier women can be weird around me too. It almost feels like there's an internal narrative between me and them, and they are in some sort of competition with me. It's really isolating. I also get overly cautious around guy friends that have girlfriends. I don't want their girlfriends to feel like they have anything to worry about. Unfortunately, I get along with guys more easily, so I'm always afraid I'm leading on my guy friends. But I also don't want to make broad assumptions about them. Lastly, at work, or when I'm going out, I would love to get dressed up or wear the lint of makeup I see famous people wear. But then I feel like I'm some weird show off who feels like she's above others. In reality, I really like to dress up, but I always end up dressing down or normal so that I don't feel self-conscious the whole time I'm out. If you are an attractive straight guy, I highly recommend going to a full-on gay bar just to get a feel for what attractive women go through. Guys constantly checking you out, getting asked out, pestered in a bad way. And that's when most of the guys there can tell you are straight. Straight dar is probably a thing. Was a bit eye-opening going out with some friends a few times when I was young. It's kind of flattering but also uncomfortable. Going through it on a constant basis must be exhausting. Being objectified But that just might be my personality or lack of backbone. Working at Hooters and Tilted Kilt certainly didn't help. Those places exist to objectify their staff. Hope you got out. My experience is people approaching me as a booty call, rather than as a girlfriend. Been asked to join a threesome after a great night getting to know a guy at a mutual friend's party. Here I was expecting an invite on a date. When I wear tight clothes, try to dress up for a night out, I def see that can be portrayed as hyper-sexualized by my body shape. Unless I wear a maxi dress where I will then look pregnant, lol. Specific. Really weird thing I was blatantly asked was if I'm a lesbian because I have big fake breasts. Like what the FCK? First of all, why would only lesbians have big boobs? And second of all, they're not fake. And third of all, what the FCK? I'm no model, but I'd say I'm fairly attractive, and the worst part is one, being an attractive cosplayer means I get RP threats a lot, but two, I get flirted with by older men almost every day at work. I work at a supermarket where I guess there's a lot of single old men looking for young PPL. I don't know if I'm wrong about this, but I'm only saying what I've seen. The more attractive women, the really drop dead gorgeous real looking women, just do not get approached. Guys are unwilling to just strike up a conversation with them. And if by chance they do, they fumble over words and act all goofy cause they're nervous as shit. To this day it still blows my mind that one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life was working at a kiosk in the mall. She was trying to do her job and guys were intimidated by her. When I finally nervously talked to her while seeing something on the kiosk, I liked she was the opposite of what I expected her to be. It's like she didn't even realize how insanely gorgeous she was. I'd say my attractiveness comes from the fact that I'm very fit and muscular from playing sports and lifting weights for 10 plus years. I'm natural, but since I work at a gym and work out there, it's easy to get my workouts in and not miss days. I meal prep with sufficient calories and I get 8-9 hours of sleep each night. I work really hard to get to where I'm at, but people try to write off what I've been able to do as being the result of steroids or some other drugs. I've had people ask me directly if I take something, then didn't believe me when I tell them I don't. They can't seem to accept that someone can achieve a somewhat great physique without using drugs. It feels like what I've accomplished is just written off as cheating or such. It's not that I worked hard, but I did something that they're not doing. I also get the people who think I'm dumb or self-absorbed, but one meaningful conversation with them usually changes that. You end up having sex with a lot more people than intended, and then they leave when they realize you're annoying AF. So people don't love you for you. They love you for what you can do for them. People usually get intimidated by me, so it's hard to make friends. All my previous, and my current one as well, say I can't believe I'm dating you, I'm just a insert nasty thing about self, and I always get so sad to hear the person I love feels like they don't deserve me. It also led to trying to preemptively trying to diminish my self-esteem so I would stay. Even though that's f-king abuse. Also, people often think I'm dumb. Straight A's in school and now in university studying philosophy, so I break that expectation pretty fast. People also bullied me my whole life to break my self-esteem, and it worked. So many mental health issues. I sometimes wish I wasn't 6'1", skinny and conventionally pretty. Maybe life would be easier. The condescension. The talking down. If you are good looking, you don't have other skills. Intelligence is for ugly people. Or some such nonsense. This treatment could also be due to the gender as well. I'm just so skinny and beautiful that I risk falling down the sink or the shower drain. Harassment from men. I prefer male friends over female friends. They also never only want to be friends, which can ruin the friendship if they get upset with me or if they won't stop trying. Also, I've noticed I get a lot of mean looks from women. Like, WTF lady? I am just smiling at you. No need to be rude. Also, a lot of people assume I am unintelligent and or don't take me seriously. I also get accused of flirting with people's boyfriends a lot even though I am literally just talking to them. Being too thick to fit in MYENTIREHOUSE. Whatever it is. I'm fkin sure as shit it doesn't equate to being unattractive.